Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à notre webinaire hebdomadaire pour Team Lion. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes le mercredi 14 décembre et j'ai l'honneur d'avoir une invitée que j'aime beaucoup, une très bonne amie à moi, ma partenaire de succès avec qui je partage mes hauts et mes bas dans ma vie de tous les jours dans la business. Donc, elle est d'un soutien incroyable. C'est une fille qui est un grand cœur. C'est la maman de deux enfants. De 17 ans et 7 ans et elle est 9-star Diamond Coach. C'est une Success Club All-Star Legend. Elle est passée de Emerald à Elite dans la même année et elle est 2 fois coach Elite. So, my friend, thank you so much for being here with us. Today, I know you're going to be sharing a lot of awesome nuggets that you got from the event that you attended in Vegas. So, please take it away and I'll take my pen and paper and I'm ready to take some notes.
So I didn't hear my introduction. I couldn't tell what you said. What is donkey? It sounded like you called me a donkey.
No, I never said that.
But I want to make sure that you relate to them that my most important stat is that I have the absolute best success partner in the entire world. You guys are so fortunate to have Emily as the leader of Team Lion. It's incredible. I know you know how great she is, but to have her as a friend has just been life-changing for me. She's just such an incredible person, and I'm truly honored to be able to speak in front of you. So I'm hoping to bring you some info that will be beneficial to your business. So like Emily said, she did share all my Beachbody stats. First and foremost, I am a mom. My children are 17 and 7. I actually had my daughter when I was 17, and go figure, she's now 17 as well. So a little bit about my story. I just want you all to know that when I started this, I had zero confidence. I did not believe in myself. I did not think I could be anybody other than a mom. And because I was so young, I was just so concerned with making sure that people knew that I could be a good mother. So I never had any career aspirations, and I had never read personal development. So this business, if you let it, will totally change your whole life. And that's with personal development. That's with being involved and being a part of these calls and really being present, because if you let it take over, you will change in the most incredible way that makes you feel like you're giving back and you're contributing to the world. And it's just the best thing to be a part of. So I'm honored to be able to have some of your time and share with you. I'm going to share my screen. For some reason, when I do this, Emily, I'm not able to see myself. Oops.
I know. It does that to me all the time. I don't even know if people are still online, but I see your screen right now.
So if anything happens, like if it's only my nose or something, why are we so large here? If it's like only my nose or something really weird, or you can't hear me, just jump in and let me know.
Awesome. I can see you and I can see your presentation as well.
Awesome. Here we go. So like Emily had said, I'm going to share what I learned at the GoPro event in Vegas. Next year, it will be the week before Thanksgiving. Well, Canada doesn't have Thanksgiving, but November, I believe 16th. It is so worth it. Outside of Beachbody events, this is an event that I would highly recommend. There were people there from Europe, China, Asia, all over the world, because network marketing is the most incredible business. So I'm going to share some things that I learned, and then I'm going to share the 9 steps that can change your business. So first of all, thank you guys for being here with me. I do appreciate your time in the middle of the day. And a lot that they were talking about is what could be holding you back. So maybe something in here will kind of open your eyes to see why you're not where you want to be. And maybe you are, and that's just fine. But hopefully you'll get some good takeaways from here. So the most important thing is, what do you want to get out of this? And what are you willing to give? Because everything in this, the book that changed my life about this whole business was The Go-Giver. So I realized that the more that I give to other people, the more I got back in return. And that was really eye-opening for me. So thinking about what you're willing to give, what you're willing to sacrifice, even just for a year, could change your whole business. So something that could be holding you back would, of course, be fear. The most important thing that I've heard probably ever is inaction breeds fear. If you think about when you take a day off from your business and then you take another day off, or you're not reaching out to people, over time, this just compounds and it breeds fear. It makes it scarier. So you want to make sure that you're doing something for your business every single day so that you build that momentum and don't get stuck in that fear. If you have a sense of fear about something in this business, you're probably just misunderstanding what the profession is. A lot of people on my team are scared to reach out to people. They're scared of getting objections. They're scared to follow up. They don't want to come across as salesy. But really, you're looking at this the wrong way. You don't want to be looking in the mirror and scared of what people will think of you. You want to look at how you're going to help people. And if you're always projecting that, you're going to better understand what this business really is. Immediately, right now, make the decision that this is no longer about you, and it's no longer about what you're getting. Everything is focused on what you can give and how you can help other people. Your fear is probably focused on you. So changing around your mindset on what fear is going to change everything for you. Learning about network marketing is something that we talk a lot about Beachbody, but the actual part of network marketing, the coolest part of what this business model is, how smart this business model is. There are so many millionaires in the world that say if they were to lose everything, the first thing they would do would be to join a network marketing company. And on top of it, we are in the health and fitness network marketing industry. How cool is that? Because health and fitness are never going to go out of style. Maybe certain leggings might not be in style next year, or the mascaras or the nail polish. And I'm not knocking any company. I absolutely love people who go out and make a difference. But health and fitness will always be in style. It'll never be cooler to be overweight and unhealthy. When you do network marketing right, you have every chance to live in abundance. It's up to you. You get to choose how much you want to make, how many people you want to help, and what a difference you want to make. It is, I believe, the most beautiful way to make money on the entire planet. And it's the perfect opportunity to be a blessing to somebody else. If you have one coach on your team, or if you have one customer, or if you have 0 coaches or 0 customers, think about the people on your team right now who are on this call whose life is different. My life is extremely different. Like I said, I was a mom at 17 years old, going through the motions, sitting at a desk every day, completely unfulfilled. I had wanted to be a social worker, but I didn't go to a day of college because I didn't think that was the right mom thing to do. So I was never fulfilled. And now I get messages from people, oh, thank you so much, I'm down 5 pounds. Oh my gosh, I just paid off my son's basketball tuition. Or it's just such a great feeling. And this opportunity is such a great way to give back to other people. The fastest way to do your business in the beginning is build with urgency. Act like you're going to put everything into it for this year and see where it can take you. 2017 is coming up in a few weeks, and it's like a fresh start. And if you could put everything into this business and really build with urgency, what could you do with this opportunity? How could you change your life? And if you really think about it, if you were to eliminate every other income stream, how would you build differently? What would you do? They say you can only really focus on one thing. You can only serve one master. If this was your main source of income, what would you do differently than you're doing right now? Is there anything that you would change? Because right now you are an entrepreneur. And there's such a big difference between entrepreneurs and employees, and that's what people have a hard time understanding. Entrepreneurs understand that in the beginning, they will be underpaid for a significant period of time. Unfortunately, that's how it is. We all started off making $0. Then maybe we sold a challenge pack and made $40, and we're like, wow, I just worked about 40 hours talking to people, making posts. And then you're going to be fairly paid. Then you're like, all right, this is okay. But if you continue on, you will be highly overpaid. And the entrepreneur mindset understands that. The employee mindset, the way that we're raised in school, is taught to not really understand that, not to give up your time to be underpaid. So if you really think like an entrepreneur, that can change your life. In thinking like an entrepreneur, you have to have a burning desire. You have to really, really want this. You have to be willing to work hard. And you have to do a little bit more where the average person won't. And the most important thing is to be coachable and willing to learn. You have the best leader in Emily Robidas, and it's really incredible that you get to learn from her. Learn from her. Don't reinvent the wheel. What she has done is incredible. Being on these calls and being present with her, you can change everything. Another thing that, of course, was a big topic was recruiting. They said, unplug them from their crappy why. And I just thought that was kind of funny because everybody has a why of why they're living their life, why they do what they do, why they're going to work every day, why they're living mediocre is okay. and you want to inspire them to dig deeper and to want more. People aren't naturally inclined to want more and to be more. They kind of just go through the motions. So it is our job to share your vision with people and explain to them what they could have. Everyone is carrying a sign that says, make me feel important. And that's our job. How can you connect with people? They said that the number one recruiting tool is a mirror, and it's so true. Like, stop trying to recruit, just like start solving people's problems. Like, what could you be doing differently? How could you be a better friend? How could you help more people? And everything will come to you. And when you do find somebody who wants to win, make their success your mission, because that's the best part of network marketing. You get more, you get paid more, you do more when you help other people build their dream too. And the last thing was about your brand. Emily is so great about this. There were other slides about this too, and I don't even need to go over it because you all have your brand. Like, she has a great slideshow on building your brand, and you want to over deliver. What can you offer people of value to build your brand? Your state influences the way you feel, like you're being at peak state. Somehow, I know Tony Robbins was there, and he has a trampoline and he jumps on it, or you put on loud music and really get the energy going, because what you consistently give will build your identity. So if you're this happy, excited person, that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract other people who are happy and excited for life. We're influenced by the identity that we attach to people. So people are like, when you put something out on Facebook, it's out there. People decide who you are. Unfortunately, people are judgmental. So make sure that you're thinking about what you post and how it comes across. And you have to believe that you can be better than you are. And the more you focus on that, you will. So here are the 9 steps that they said in order to change your business for 2017. And I thought it was funny because their first one is decide. So you have to decide to fall in love with growth and contribution. Having those be such an important part of your life is what being an entrepreneur is all about. Deciding not to settle to the expectations of those around you. And like taking this to the next level, living with abundance. Be right now, decide that next year you're going to be where Emily is in her business. You're going to be at the, I mean, gosh, I don't even know what number in the company you are right now. It's pretty incredible. I know for sure she's in the top 20, I believe. Decide that you're going to be there too, because the only thing that she's done is just work a little bit harder, a little bit more, but you have every chance to be there too. And I want you to really, really believe that. Living halfway is no fun, kind of deciding and having Success Club be harder, like, and having it not be a certainty. Like, make the decision to go all in just for this 1 year and be obsessed with it. Focusing on only what you do want. If you haven't read The Secret, it's incredible. Just like thinking the power of positive thinking, because it really does attract into your life what you want. Don't focus on, oh, I'm not going to be able to hit Success Club, or this is a really hard month. Think of how many people, oh, great, I talked to 5 people today. Focusing on the positive things, and be proud of yourself that you didn't quit yet, because a lot of people do. This isn't the easiest thing in the world, and then people make excuses for themselves as to why they quit, and you're still here. So stop trying to get lucky and decide to be good. The second thing that they said out of the 9 steps was commit. And I thought it was funny. I'm like, is the next one going to be succeed? But decide and commit. Commit to the skills that are necessary to make you confident. There's something in this business right now that's probably holding you back, that you're a little bit fearful of. It may be talking to people. It may be following up. You may be scared of objections. You may be scared of presenting. There's so many things that are fearful. But the more that you practice it, the more confident you become. Eric Worre was there. He is the author of GoPro, and it's a great book for network marketing. I'm sure that you've heard of it. And he was saying how he loves objections because he's practiced so many times that there isn't a single objection about network marketing that he can't fight. And he loves to have that conversation because he's so confident. So if there's something that you are nervous about, just commit to being confident about it, to practicing until you're good at it so that it doesn't scare you anymore. Your daily habits are going to be what changes everything for you. So in 2017, take action to change your simple habits every single day. So there's so many things that you know you should do, and we all have the list of shoulds. But when you change that should into a must and you develop the baseline of daily habits, you're going to notice that with your consistency, you're going to build momentum and your whole business is going to change, because it's so easy to lose a week when you don't work for a day and then you don't work the next day and then all of a sudden your week is gone. Imagine what would have happened if you did something every single day. I did talk about this already. If you have your dream, like if this is your dream, if you know and you should that you can change your life with this, make this your thing just for this 1 year. And until network marketing becomes your number one, there's only so far that you can go. Associations, you guys already have the best associations because you're on this team, but it's about your environment. Who are the 5 people that you surround yourself with? And really think about that. Write down the 5 names, because these people do influence how you act and how you behave and how you look at life. It's not just a coincidence. It is a fact that the 5 people you surround yourself with are how you become. So you want to make sure that all those 5 people are somebody that you're proud to be around, that you know lift you up, that they're pushing you towards your dreams. And don't let any negative people take space in your head. You have to have respect for yourself and choose to have a standard. Like, are you holding me back or are you pushing me towards my goals? You have to, of course, think bigger. This is 1 year. And like we were saying, 2017, what if you did everything in your power to create this business? What % of your potential are you operating on right now? And if you're operating on 20%, let's say you operate at 25%, that's your goal. When you get there, operate at 30%, because there's so much more inside of you that you can do. And when you step into your full potential, everything changes. You don't need training. They say you already know everything. You just have to do what you know. And you have to hold yourself accountable. So there's a website they were talking about that is if you don't follow through with your goals, you have to pay or something, and it's stick.com. So stop hiding from your goals, and we are incredible at rationalizing. The next thing is to let it go. There's something, like we said, that's holding me back. I know what it is for me. I have to stop caring about other people's opinions. Like I said, when I was younger, I was so concerned with people thinking that I was just a young mother, that I would never be able to make anything for myself. Stop being tough on your mistakes. If you've made a mistake, it's the best thing. They said that you have to rebuild and rebuild when you're an entrepreneur. Like, you haven't learned how to run a business if mistakes aren't happening, because that's how you grow. Stop letting other people control your happiness. There's going to be negative people. There's going to be things that don't really go your way, and you have to be in charge of how you feel and how you act, and stop getting in your own head. Everything that happened in your past is necessary for you to be at this place at this time, because right now you are here. It is December, I think, 14th, and everything that happened before you, there was a reason. It's part of your story, and developing your story and deciding who you are is what's going to get you to who you're going to become. I love when John Addison said, we are not human beings, we're human becomings, and every single day you get to choose who you want to become. So whatever holds you back and allows you to play small is not part of who you are. It's not part of your identity. It's just who you've let yourself be for now. If you want to get to top 10 coach, you have every chance to be there. You just have to let go of whatever is holding you back. Releasing negativity will allow you to get to a level of gratitude and passion. If you're constantly living with gratitude and you're constantly so grateful for the air that you breathe and the passion that you have, and just being truly grateful, you can't possibly be negative and grateful at the same time. So it's really interesting to just focus on being grateful. And the last thing I believe is to have a vision. People join your vision, your ability to articulate that vision. So you really want to focus on, what do you see with this company? Where can you take this? How far can you go with this? And why is it better? Why are you going to have this great team? And why are you going to help people? They say everybody has a saying, what's in it for me? Everybody wants to know how this is going to change their life. And your ability to articulate that vision, to share with them what you can do, is going to change everything. So practice sharing your vision, and how is it going to bring them joy and contribution. And once you have a vision, it's easy to create a game plan and strategy. So have your own vision, and not necessarily the company's vision. Like, what do you want with your life? Where do you want to take this? And share your vision every single day, everywhere, and tell people how this is a better way, and believe it. Trust is a hard thing. You have to trust the process. Like I said, this is the best company. If somebody in this company has the life that you want, that was created from this business, trust that you can have more than them. You can definitely do more than even Melanie Mitro, for sure. It's just up to you. But you have to protect your focus, because every single day there's something that is kind of trying to come in and get into your head. Learning from your mistakes, navigating the noise, and buying into the abundance of the abundance mentality. Like, you deserve more. You were born to be more. And it's really with this business. So in order to grow, you cannot give what you don't possess. Think about what some of your weaknesses are. What are you not able to share with people? Are you able to help them get a transformation? Are you able to help them start a business? Are you able to get them started right? Like, what are you not the best at? Learning what you can do to fix that, because if you don't have gratitude, if you don't have passion, if you don't have excitement for this business, then you can't share that with other people. So you need to focus on what your weakness is so that you can strengthen it, so that you can give it to other people. Paying attention to your mind. The mind is a crazy thing, as we know, but you can't change what you're not willing to acknowledge. So when you try different things, maybe you try a challenge group, or you try something, a new event or something, track what's not working so that you know what doesn't work and what knows. Writing everything down will help you be able to acknowledge what works and what doesn't. And use your gifts unapologetically. There's something about you that's amazing. Maybe you're a great singer. Maybe you're a great cook. Maybe you're just a really great, kind person. Share that with the world, because that's why you are you. And people tend to hide that, especially if you're like a great singer. You don't want to come off as showing off or something. Make sure you do. Like, we need to be more proud of ourselves, because I think we're kind of like pushed back because of the way that you're raised and the way that the world is right now. Share that with the world. This is what's going to be. If you look at Emily's Facebook page, her like page, she shares everything, and people are just attracted to her because she's happy, because she shares tips. And you guys can do that too. You have something about you that makes you you. Another thing there was talked about was learn the feeling of winning, which is really great, because Emily has that with the Team Cup. Having that feeling of being the best at something or winning is such a cool feeling and makes you want more. But until you get that, until you learn what that feeling is, it's kind of hard to articulate. So if there's a contest or there's something, go for it. Go all in and learn what that feeling is like. My favorite thing that they said the whole time was to fire your brain and hire your heart. Because how cool is that? Your brain is going to play tricks on you. Your brain is going to tell you you can't do this. Your brain is going to make it more complicated than it is. Really, all this is reaching out to people and how you can help them. So firing your brain and hiring your heart. Hopefully you have a breakthrough and drawing a line to make it happen. Like, what in your past was your past, and how are you going to be your future? This is a brand new 2017, and how cool is it that you guys have a fresh start, basically. So that was my little slideshow. Oh my gosh, I flew. I think I did it in like double the time last night.
Thank you so much.
I didn't want to get
I'm
cut
sorry.
off.
I didn't want to rush you at all. Not at all. I think it was awesome. I took a lot of notes. Is it possible for you to share your presentation with us after?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll send you the slides. I didn't know if you wanted to do questions that we can talk more like about Beachbody specifically or other things. And I'm kind of glad that I flew through, because that was like general network marketing thing. But the event really was so cool. And I loved like being able to learn from it and really thinking different things like that they said about all network marketing. But I would love to share anything like Beachbody specific too, to be able to help a little bit more with that.
Absolutely. If anyone has questions or want to go in the chat box or open their mic, vous pouvez peut-être les poser en français. They can ask in French if they're not, and I will translate. If not, I will be asking questions. Guys, feel free. It could be anything, really. If you want to ask more about Erin's business specifically, how she built, that's good too. Vous comprenez, hein? Je vous taquine. Okay. No questions. Nothing.
It's always the way, right?
Yeah, I know.
And same with my
They do that with me too, don't worry.
Yeah, it's just like on the spot too.
I know. I'm just going to go through my notes. Anyways, I really love everything you shared. Practice sharing your vision. I really like that one. I think it's something that we don't focus on enough. And like, if we don't have clarity of what we want to accomplish, how can we possibly communicate it well with people and get people to join us on our train? One thing that I appreciate that you said that, like, it doesn't have to be Beachbody's mission. And I try to have the coaches to come up with their own team mission or their own personal life mission, which they can use Beachbody as a vehicle to, you know, address their life mission. Right. So mine, for me, and it's something I share all the time, is I want to inspire people to do positive changes in their life every single day. So that's something that I share a lot. And like, I will have posts here and there. I do it on a team. I do it on my life page. And sometimes we think that we are repeating ourselves, and but we have to keep telling the story. I'm going to check in the chat box. People are saying thank you, that they're super motivated, that you were super inspiring. I'm not surprised at all.
Lion.
That's a good question from Karen. She's asking, how do you have a clear vision when you first start?
That is a really good question. And it's funny because I think I had a more of a clear vision when I started than I do now, in a way. When I started, I was all in. Like Emily said, I went from Emerald to Elite my first year because I just was so obsessed. And I saw this as I had always wanted to work from home. I had always wanted to be more with my kids. I wanted to find a way to make money from home. And I also wanted to stay in shape. So when I saw this opportunity, I couldn't believe that it was a real thing. So I was so excited, and I talked to everybody that I knew. And when I spoke with people, I was all in. I'm like, you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I quickly learned that they might not have the same passion as me. And I slowed myself down. I got a lot of no's my first time, like my first few months, because I just was so focused on, you're going to love this business. It's amazing. And once I realized that, I was like, all right, back up, Erin. Let's see what their focus is. Let's see where they're at in life. And I could kind of, like, with this being health and fitness, being a way to make money, a way to stay home with your children, a way to not have to go to work, a way to keep yourself in shape, a way to inspire other people, a way to make a difference. Like, there are so many parts of this business that you can use to help, like, get people's attention. Like, what is in it for them when people think that? What are they looking for in life? Do they want to stay home? Do they want to lose weight? What is, like, their brain more going towards, based on asking them questions? So once I started doing that with my friends, I realized that one of my friends didn't want to go back to work. One of my friends hated not being confident about herself. So I spoke to them differently. And you have to learn kind of how to speak in people. It's funny, to speak in their language. I did a call for Dave Ward, and he said, it's interesting. Like, I love the color code. Do you guys use the color code? And it's learning how to speak in somebody's language. I'm very blue, so I can talk to people who are blue, or like, and it was different for me to talk to somebody who's red. So really understanding where that person's coming from, and then sharing your part of the vision. So I guess you have to have a lot of aspects of what your vision is. Where do you want to take this? Of course, you want to be able to make money with this. Of course, you want to keep yourself in shape. Of course, you want to help other people. And once you kind of have a vision of where that is, then you can take different parts to relate to the people that you're talking to. Do you know what I mean? And sit down and kind of think, like, where do you want yourself to be a year from now? How about 5 years from now? How much money would you be making? How many people would be on your team? What would your team culture be like? What would the people on your team be working towards? What are some of the things you would do? And really focus in on what your vision is, so that you can share parts of that with people to inspire them, if that makes any sense. Was it the longest answer ever?
That makes perfect sense, and I'm happy to know I'm not the only one making long answers.
My gosh, I
love it. I think at one point too, it starts with your why. At the moment when you're like, and you said the word obsessed, and I think, like, one of the top leaders on our team, and I've been through that too, especially the first few years. Not that I'm not obsessed anymore, but I'm trying to sort of make a balance of my life. But that was only Beachbody. And I remember hearing, people that I had found their passion would say, I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I think about. I would go to bed, and that's the last thing I think about. And it was that for me too, and it still is. It's such a big part of me. So I think there is a part, like, if you want to take this to the top, you have to be obsessed with it. It's got to be like your main focus, and you have to be able to pay the price of discomfort to get to the life of comfort, if you will, that you want to create. Because most people are going to say, well, you know what? Once they see the work, they're going to say, well, you know what? They're going to try to be rational and make sense of what their life is right now and say, oh, after all, it's not so bad. I'm okay. And mediocrity becomes okay. And that's when people don't push for it. So sharing your vision, talking with your heart, having this idea of what this can bring in your life and sharing that with people, and then connecting the opportunity with what they're looking for and painting that vision for them. I think that's the role of the leader. If we don't have any more questions, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing with us. It was a great presentation. I love you so much, and I appreciate that you're taking time with us today to share your wisdom.
I love you too. I want to say one more thing you just reminded me of that they said. When you're little, think about what you wanted when you were little. Like, people are like, oh, I want a Ferrari. I'm going to be driving a Mercedes, and I'm going to be a doctor or a lawyer. And you have these big dreams when you're 10 years old. And then when you get older, you're like, all right, I'll just drive the sedan. That's okay. And I'll just do this job. And you get your dreams pushed down. So if you think back to, like, how can you dream like a 10-year-old? And that is with becoming obsessed. Like, how can you get what you want? And how can you really live the way you planned on living when you were 10 before the reality of life, and you let something push your dreams in? Network marketing can do that for you. Beachbody especially can do that for you, because with this job, you can live in abundance. You can dream like you're 10 years old, but you do have to have that little bit of obsession in the beginning. And like it said, build with urgency. Like, right now, decide that this 1 year, you're going to build, because you're going to establish the foundation. And you can absolutely go emerald to elite in a year. It's not easy, but it's also not hard. It's just finding the right people. I had 5 of my friends. One was my sister, and then 4 of my other good friends. I didn't even build my husband. I was so excited. And with those 5, we worked together. We had daily chats. We pushed each other. We made groups together, our challenges, and we built together with the message thread that we all inspired each other.
That was
my calls. I like gave them different parts. I was like, all right, can you talk about this? Can you talk about this? And with the challenge groups, can you post this? And kind of like creating a team culture where we were doing it all together really helped me inspire other people to become leaders as well. So that was a huge tip that I had when I first started.
I love it. You had a focus in mind, and you brought everybody together to work towards that goal and make it a team effort. I really like that. There's one thing that you said: if this was your only source of income, what would you do differently? How would you build differently? And that's one of the things I want to leave you guys with, is think about it. If there was no money coming in from any other source of income, like that was it. Like anybody like that would go to the bank and get $100,000 to invest in a franchise or whatever, and that's it. That's all you have. How would you build differently? Like we have to learn to put ourselves under pressure and build with urgency like that. But that's the mindset of an entrepreneur. Like, we are not employees anymore. This is a CEO business, and you're the one who's going to decide where you're going to take this. Thank you so much, my friend. We'll be chatting.
I love you.
It's going to be our weekly Success Partner chat.
I know, I love it. I have more slides too, so I'm going to just send all of them to you from the whole weekend, so that way you guys can go through them and read them. They'll probably all make sense. I put the little top at the top.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. And for the other people, I will be posting the recording on the team page by tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you soon, Erin.
Bye, guys.